So it is March 25th, 2022, and Botbots has officially come out on Netflix, all 10 episodes of season 1, and we have an advanced review, and we are going to go through as much as we could recollect from burning through 10 episodes of Botbots. I got a whole bunch of notes here, jotted them down. It's a little bit of a mess. And it's gonna be kind of spoilery because there's a lot of stuff I want to discuss and ideas and things that I like about this. So to start with, this was something that was supposed to be aimed at a younger demographic. That's how it was kind of marketed. It's not going to be about a war or any kind of action per se. It's going to be everything self-contained inside a mall, lighthearted kind of adventures and moral kind of messages as we were being sold about this. A comedy-based, moral, younger demographic Transformer series. But there's a lot going on here that that has been kind of absent from a lot of recent Transformers series that I'm actually quite impressed with. I'm actually quite impressed with what they did here. Now, most people can make the connection right away. If you watch, like, let's say the first episode and you kind of just had to understand what you're looking at, they can make the connection. This is like the Teen Titans Go of Transformers. Like, it's kind of the direction that they're going with that. Where if you look at the original Teen Titans series and you look at Teen Titans Go, you could see the contrast there of the intent of storytelling. And when you look at the characters of like Burgertron, you could see Robin. When you look at Kick Me, you could see Starfire. When you look at Bonsai, you see Raven. And, Dimwit and Clobstopper could be like a Beast Boy amalgam. Like the tropes are there from a storytelling standpoint. But there's a lot more stuff going on here that an older viewer and fan of the Transformer brand could appreciate. Number one, there's a lot of deep cut, obscure 80s and 90s references that I guarantee the younger demo would not understand. There was a People's Court reference that I'm pretty sure even 90s kids wouldn't even really remember. A lot of weird ones. I mean, I'm not going to list them all, but there's a lot of them there. Even visual gags and stuff like that from Indiana Jones and stuff like that. A lot of cool stuff. What I also found interesting about it was across the 10 episodes, the way that they formatted it is that there's 10 episodes, but episodes are still kind of segmented into 2 parts. And so even though you have a 21-minute episode, it still is like 10-minute segments that are kind of presented as separate episodes, but they really are interconnected. There's a lot of continuity that goes on in this show. Stuff that's you could be at episode 9 and they'll reference stuff from like episode 4. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's not just like an episodic kind of show. There actually is continuity and character development and consequence for what happens from episode to episode. Very the opposite of what most, younger demographic kind of shows are. They're usually very episodic and simplistic, and if you just jump in at any point, you're not missing anything from the previous ones, outside of maybe the introduction of a first episode. Also, a thing I didn't realize we were going to get a lot of is from a musical standpoint. A lot of episodes had musical numbers, vocal musical numbers, singing numbers. Every outro of every episode has a different kind of outro song that kind of is related to the overall theme of that episode, which was also a nice touch. I almost feel like there's a whole OST soundtrack that could be separated from all of this and sold in a lot of ways, even on something like Spotify or iTunes. A lot of stuff going on there. In terms of characters and the toys that were featured in it, because you have to understand that Botbots was a line that debuted in 2018, and as crazy as it sounds, kind of sat around without major fiction for 4 years. It had like the Penguin books that were done by Penguin Publishing, the Mad Lib books here, some stop motion stuff, commercials, little things that you could kind of pull from to get some kind of lore and continuity. But there really wasn't much to pull from, and if anything, this show kind of changes things where certain characters were female in one version or male in this one or vice versa. And again, based off of the limited amount of character development we got from those books and bio pages and stuff like that. And it's appreciated because it really shows, it adds more flavor to those characters that normally just the little boring toy would not have. And what I liked about it is, unlike, let's say, the Netflix War for Cybertron series that had to rely heavily on just reusing the same character models over and over to fill in the backgrounds are lush, filled with unique characters that are actually based on toys in the show. So even if you really like, Puxley or whatever, he's there, he's in the background, and it's not wasted. There's not really a lot of filler characters. They're actually unique character models based off of the hundreds of Botbot toys that exist. And the toys featured in this show are all over the spectrum, going all the way back to Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, Wave 4, even a nod to the Golden Rush Games subline that they did during Series 3 and Series 4 also, which was kind of like a chase kind of thing too. So they really focused on everything that has existed in the past 4 years of the Botbots brand. The only thing that I find is a shame is that from a business standpoint, the timing is bad, because anyone who's going to watch the show and want to engage with those characters, a lot of those toys are out of retail a very long time. There's not much of it in the secondary market, and if there is, there's probably going to be people that are going to be raising the prices on some of those because, oh, hey, now people are going to want, a Spud Muffin or something. You know what I mean? They're going to want those figures. So that's another thing, too. It's interesting that they managed to have one episode that kind of was a tongue-in-cheek about climate change. It wasn't too preachy, but it was kind of like a parody, funny little thing with that, so I kind of appreciated that, too. It was kind of nice. What else did I write here? A lot of use of live action footage too, whether it be using stuff for backgrounds or photography, or there even was some actual live action footage, as if like when they are in their alt modes, they're actually live action. And when there was footage of them captured on camera, they use live action footage, and that ties into the big reveal at the end of the very last episode, which if you don't want to know that, again, I maybe not listen to this review at this point. But again, a lot of continuity, a lot of unique themes going on, and a lot of cool character designs that are honestly, I'm kind of hoping that they make better versions of the previously existing toys, because some of these character designs are pretty cool. And then some unique character designs that have not appeared in toy form yet that I can't wait to see the toy versions of them. On Twitter, one of the character designers, Cotton Gravy, I believe her name is, designed Lady Macaron, who never had a toy. There is a Macaron toy. It turns into like some kind of bird thing. I have that one. It's purple. But nothing that turns into one of these like, like Obachama lady-like, kind of things. I love that. It looked really cool a lot. What else could I say? Lingo. There was a whole episode that was kind of about a murder mystery, and they used the term murder and kill in the show. So is it aimed at a younger demo? I don't know. Like maybe it was kind of skating the lines on both of them there. And, there was a lot of, again, throwbacks to Transformers in terms of quotes. Like they have, instead of "till all are one," it's "till all are fun." And there was the "freedom is the right of all sentient being" things that were said by Burgertron, our Convoy Optimus character of the show. A lot of cool stuff. And a lot of, like, I guess, innuendo kind of lines and gross humor. So there's a lot to enjoy here, even as an adult viewer, because you could kind of see through that. Another thing, too, is there clearly is their own language and script in this show. There's a lot of words written on the wall. There was a whole computer screen with 1 million words on it. And it's a Cybertronian kind of language that is yet to be identified. And I'm going to probably waste many hours of my time trying to decrypt this and figure out what these words are, and then what are all the words spanning all over the mall and on computer screens and cell phone screens throughout the show. So that's something that is to be determined there. Now, the big reveal at the end of it all, and again, spoiler, is there seems to be like a growing lore within this of like, when you leave the mall, you get scanned out, and that could even be the name of the sequel series or something. But we end up finding out that the continuity, I think, that this show is in, and because it uses those live action segments, it's part of the live action movie continuity. And it's kind of slightly confirmed because one of the last scenes, a member from Sector 7, Agent Wagner, shows up. And that's kind of the hook at the end, where it's like, oh, something's going to be happening for season 2. So there's still a lot going on here. That's I'm actually interested. The characters were fun. I really liked the characters. I liked Kick Me. I liked Bonsai. Burgertron is your typical leader, cocky character that you could always kind of get behind. Even Dimlet is cool. A lot of new designs that were introduced, again, that I would love to see toys of because those characters are intriguing. Even Jacqueline or Jackie, the mannequin head, very interesting. Shelf former design. The toy would be extremely easy to do and design, but I'd like to see it just because it's kind of a cool fembot design and stuff like that that's unique. And that's always been something that has appealed to me with Botbots is, as someone who's has thousands and tens of thousands of Transformer toys since 1984, I could appreciate what I see here of all these unique designs and stuff that has never been done before in the Transformer world. There's only so many times you could have just animal-based stuff and vehicle-based stuff, to have all these like, fruits, vegetables, and inanimate objects, and even stuff you would never think of being turned into Transformers. I love the arcade machine stuff. It's all great. It's all great. Now, we don't have a word yet of what's going to be happening if a season 2 will be a thing. It all just matters if the show does well in terms of viewership, if there's a positive response, and then, of course, if the toys afterwards, because we do have the new set of toys for Series 6 that are going to be coming up, if those sell well, now with the excitement of this TV series, timing is everything with marketing. So I hope that they learn from this if this doesn't work out, because I really think that this show should have came out and then we should have had the Botbots toys Series 1 hitting shelves instead of 4 years of buildup, if you will, if anything. And now, like, if you want, like, again, any of those early molds, you got to kind of go to eBay, and there's going to be guys that are going to be asking $14, $15, $20 for a Botbot that you would have bought for $3.99 back in the day. So it's that is a shame from that part. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I hope there's more success with this. I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. I didn't feel bored streaming through all 10 episodes. It was actually kind of unique. I liked that there was continuity, that what I watched in the previous episode is reflected on and brought up in the one after it, that there's character development, that there's relationships among the characters. There seems to be a lot of relationships where there's characters that are interested in each other. And it's nice to see that kind of stuff, where there's actually pairing and stuff like that, in something that's a young kid's show. But that's more or less it. Go and watch it. It's on Netflix right now. If you haven't already, I apologize for any spoilers otherwise. Pretty good stuff. I'm going to try to translate all that Cybertronian and everything. The other Transformer series that we are going to have this year is going to be Transformers Earthspark. That's going to be scheduled on Paramount Plus for November 2022, and hopefully that's good too. But I really like what I see with Botbots. Give me some more Botbots, and I'm interested. And I never, the sad thing is here in Canada, we never got any Botbots figures past Series 2. Like, we didn't get Series 3, Series 4, Series 5, and even Series 1 and 2 was pretty limited. It was pretty limited, so I didn't even get all of those. And now I'm going to try to track down some that I'm missing now, because there were some interesting background characters and that probably need to join the old Proto Man collection. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy this? It was pretty awesome stuff. I think I'm going to be posting this, I want to say, like, I'm going to aim for like 10 a.m. maybe, because I'm watching this the night before, and I'm recording it and then talking about it as if it's today, the day of debut of the show. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and hopefully we see some more from the world of Botbots.